It feels a little bit like the calm before the storm. Tonight, the Red Wings are going to play the Washington Capitals in a game it feels like they need to win, especially after that 3-1 loss to LA, and that felt like a game they needed to win. The team has to keep getting points in an incredibly competitive Atlantic division, a division that holds both wildcard spots right now, with other teams knocking on the door. But no matter how much success this team has had this year, the fan base is still panicking. I want to take a look at why. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. Please click like. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe. You guys have helped this channel in just under a year grow from 85 subs to over 1,600 and over 4,000 watch hours. I can't thank you enough. This has been a dream come true to be able to do this every day. Head over to hockeyhotstove.com. I just finished my latest write-up and it should be up later today. I talk about the loss to the Kings and Detroit's need to find some blue line help, especially with Edvinsson out. Real quick recap, the Grand Rapids Griffins lost last night 4-1 to the Cleveland Monsters. Grand Rapids was outplayed. In the second half, they're having a little more trouble getting started because every team in the AHL wants to be on that short list of teams that beat the Griffins in regulation. It was a tough watch, but that team is incredible. They're going to bounce back and be great. But it's interesting to see how much other teams are getting going for these matchups. So just real quick, I'm on camera for the second video in a row. After the Sherratt video, I realized I didn't need to do something super early this morning. So I just wanted to take a quick breath because it feels like these last 4 games before the break, everyone feels so important. And then for 3 weeks, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do some Olympic coverage because Larkin, Raymond, and Seider are over there. But we went from a game pretty much every other day for these past several months to nothing for 3 weeks. So I'm just trying to prepare myself for whatever it is we're going to talk about while the league shuts down for the Olympics. Some of you know my story, some of you don't. In 2019, I started writing for a blog, and last year I decided to start doing videos to kind of help advertise for what I was doing in writing. Well, I since left that blog and started writing for hockeyhotstove.com, but I kept doing the videos. I just started to enjoy doing this every day, and you guys have been amazing. Thank you for tuning in. So I started writing right before Steve Yzerman drafted Moritz Seider. So my entire career has been built around the Yzerplan. The past years have been really tough on the fan base. Missing the playoffs in 23-24, that had a very strange effect. People ran out of patience after that. And then 24-25, the team fires Lalonde. They start strong under McClellan, and then they fall off after the 4 Nations. That fall off is what has me concerned right now. I've had some criticism, not a ton, that I keep talking about February and March and the team's drop-offs, and that you can't really apply it to what's going on this year. I think the 4 Nations is really applicable, and here's why. The entire league shut down for a couple weeks for 4 Nations. They're going to shut down for longer. Larkin and Raymond get hurt. Larkin and Raymond could get hurt again. And now you add Seider to the mix as well. If those 3 players get hurt, the last 24 games could be rough. So for now, they need to keep banking points. So they need to try to find a way to win against Washington tonight. And the irony is the team's been so successful this year. If I'd have known at the beginning of the season that they'd be sitting in second in the Atlantic at this point, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. But there's 3 teams that only need 4 points to catch up to you. There's a little bit of separation outside the wild cards right now. Florida's out there and you've got a 10-point gap. If Detroit went on a disastrous skid and drops these next 4 games, all of a sudden that flips around. If Florida just starts winning and they start tearing it up, you've got a problem. Now you've only got a 2-point gap heading into the break, and if history repeats itself, if this team falls off after the Olympics because someone got hurt, and don't get it wrong, everyone's going to be starting over at the end of February. All the bumps and bruises have healed up for players who weren't in Milan. So there is genuine concern, and the panic in the fan base continues to rear up. Until this team makes the playoffs, that's not going to go away. Fans feel like they've been burned, especially since they came so close just a couple seasons ago and missed it on the last day because the Capitals had the regulation overtime win advantage. I really can't wait for this team to get into the playoffs so we can just stop talking about the streak, the 9 consecutive years of missing. For the next 4 games, you have Washington, Colorado twice, and Utah. Utah's already beaten you this year, and Colorado's the best team in the league, although they lost to Ottawa last night. I just think until this team locks down a playoff spot this season, those same panics are going to set in every time something goes wrong. And whatever happens for the next 4 games, that's what we're going to be talking about for 3 weeks while the entire league is shut down. Hopefully, Detroit goes out on a high note, but if they lose tonight and they go on a losing streak, things are going to get hairy, and that panic is going to be set in for the next month. Hopefully that's not the case, and I hope tomorrow is a great day and we're celebrating a win. This is your 7-Minute Wings.